Hey, this is Domain Dave for CheapWineFinder.com. With another wine like we always do, a summer wine. This is an ALDI wine, $6.99, and it's a weird one, but let me tell you the name of it. It's African Hills Cape Town Sauvignon Rosé 2020. It's 93% Sauvignon Blanc, 7% Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's a rosé. Fun wine fact. Sauvignon Blanc is the genetic parent of Cabernet Sauvignon. Sauvignon Blanc came first. I think Cap Franc was involved with there somehow. I wasn't there when those grapes were doing what they do. Take a sip. Okay, now here's a quick refresher on rosé. Rosé wine needs grape skins with enough color that when you crush the grapes and leave the grape skins in there for a few hours, you get a pink color. That's simple with red wine because red wine has more than enough for pink color. And sometimes red wine has the grape skins in with the juice for days, if not weeks. I mean, they get it very extracted. And one thing that doesn't happen with red wine, or with a rosé that happens with red wine, there's tannins. It's a chemical inside the grape skins, and we only put it in there for a couple of hours just to get the pink color. There's no tannins in a rosé, and there's tannins in a red wine. And the tannins interact with the red wine and all the other chemicals, and you get red wine. And there's no tannins in a rosé, and they don't interact, and you get rosé wines. So where does the Sauvignon Blanc come in? Is Sauvignon Blanc, I mean, there are white grape wines that, white grapes that can be made into rosé. They have color. That does happen. It doesn't happen all the time, but there are varietals that do that. Sauvignon Blanc ranges in color from golden yellow to yellow with a decidedly green tint. Ain't no pink there. So what is this? I mean, 93% of this is a wine that isn't a rosé. So did they just pour 7% of Cabernet Sauvignon in there and hey, it's pink? I think they did. I'm not sure. I mean, it's something that happens in New Zealand and in South Africa. I mean, I never had a Sauvignon Blanc, with a little bit of red wine before. It's the first for me, and it's $6.99, so I'm kind of happy about that. Anytime I can get $6.99 for a wine I've never had before is a bargain. It doesn't matter if I like it. I've experienced it. But is the Cabernet Sauvignon, was that made into rosé and they added that in there? And I probably doubt it, because if it was already pink, you had 93% of a white wine, it would be almost no color. And this has a pretty decidedly amber color to it. So what this wine seems to be a white wine mixed with a red wine. And I tried to find anybody talking about that, and anybody who actually mentioned how they made their wine. They either did it by accident, they were racking. Racking means you're changing the vessels your wine is in, and accidentally put some Cabernet Sauvignon into a barrel that had a little bit of red wine left in it. I mean, it just seems to be a white wine and a red wine blend that turned pink, therefore it's a rosé. I mean, otherwise, the rosés nowadays, they're everywhere, and they're direct press, and there's Segui, something like that. There's different, bleeding off the colors, and they're kind of complicated how they make that, and everybody's really proud of it. And here they just seem to have put the two and two together and went for it. It's $6.99. It's okay, I guess, and it does seem to be a thing in South Africa. Yeah, the Cape Town AVA is a cool AVA. There's some cool things going on there. There was a time maybe 10 years ago where South Africa was trying to be your value wine leader, and there was all sorts of wine brands that you could get for $10 or at least under 15, and that kind of went away. They're trying to go more boutique and trying to get a reputation and perfect what they're doing. But this is a nice, cheap, simple, this is how I would make rosé. Just add the white and the red together. Cheating maybe, but there you go. And it tastes okay. It tastes like Sauvignon Blanc. It smells like Sauvignon Blanc, but a little bit of cherry or dried strawberries and a little bit of spice in there. Just a little bit, but it's a Sauvignon Blanc. I said serve it chilled, get it nice and cold, and don't overthink it. Don't worry if it isn't the world's best or most sophisticated rosé, or just be happy that it's not the typical rosé. It's something new and something different. It's got a nice label. It looks cool. I haven't had a South African wine in a while, and I like this. And it turns out South African Sauvignon Blanc is actually kind of tasty. I took another sip. I mean, it's got that grassy. It's got that gooseberry. It's got lemons and melons and pineapple. It's kind of got a good thing going, so I like it. So that's it for me. This is a weird rosé. Keep it cheap. Adios. I'll talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.